With the Discovery Sport, Land Rover has marked the beginning of a new family of Discovery badged models. But with more efficient powertrains just around the corner, should fleet customers choose the Discovery Sport now or hold fire for the new engines?
We'll come back to that later. For now, let's concentrate on what the Discovery Sport is like to drive. The short answer is very good indeed. Land Rover knows how to make cars which handle well but still ride comfortably, and for the most part that's true of the Discovery Sport.
It's a much more entertaining car to drive than the old Land Rover Freelander. There's less roll when cornering and more heft to the steering. In short, it lives up to the sport part of its name.
The ride is smooth but firmly controlled at high speeds and only falls short of Land Rover's usual plushness around town. It's far from harsh though.
From the car's launch, there's been just one engine with a choice of 6-speed manual or 9-speed automatic gearboxes. It's the 2.2 litre diesel, which is already familiar from the old Freelander and from the Range Rover Evoque.
Performance-wise, it's up to the job. The gearbox changes gears smoothly, and there's plenty of pulling power from low revs. It's nothing like as quick as a Porsche Macan diesel, but there's enough punch for confident overtaking.
It falls short on two counts though. The first is refinement. Compared with the 6-cylinder diesel in the Porsche Macan or even the 4-cylinder diesel in the BMW xDrive 20D, this engine, the old SD4 unit, is just too gruff and too clattery. It also falls short in terms of emissions and efficiency. The manual version of this car emits 162 grams a kilometre of CO2. The automatic we're testing 166 grams a kilometre of CO2. Now that doesn't compare very favourably at all with the X3 xDrive 20D, which emits just 129 grams a kilometre when fitted with an automatic gearbox. That puts the BMW some 8 benefit-in-kind tax bands lower than the Land Rover.
Land Rover will fix that this September when the new Ingenium diesel engines arrive, which are available to order now. The cleanest 150 horsepower version emits 129 grams a kilometre, matching the X3, albeit with less power. The higher powered 180 horsepower Discovery Sport should be a closer match for the X3 on performance, and still emits just 139 grams a kilometre of CO2, narrowing the benefit-in-kind gap to just 2 tax bands. A two-wheel drive version with even lower emissions is no longer part of Land Rover's product plans, in the UK at least. Whatever engine is under the bonnet, the Discovery Sport is one of the most practical cars in its class. There's plenty of room in the cabin, with huge legroom in the second row. The seats slide back and forth on runners, handy if you want to make more space for someone travelling in seats 6 and 7. Many of the Discovery Sport's rivals are only available with 5 seats. The boot is huge, so long as the third row is folded into the floor.
So the Discovery Sport drives well and makes a very practical SUV. However, as a business car, it's hampered by uncompetitive emissions. We'd wait for the Ingenium engines to arrive in the autumn.